Welcome, welcome. I am Gloria Grace Rand here with another edition of my special series, Embrace the Power Within. Make 2019 the best year of your life so far. Today's topic is how social listening is a vital tool for getting more clients. So I am thrilled to be here today to share this with you because I think social listening is something that maybe sometimes we take for granted and we don't necessarily spend a lot of time listening, listening in our businesses and listening to our clients and to our prospects and really getting in tune with them. And it's about let's put it this way. If you want to be successful in your life and in your business, it's important to open your eyes and ears, folks, and be really active listeners. And social media is a great place for you to be able to do this. So one thing before we get too far into this, I do want to just actually share just a little mechanical detail here is that this post is being shared on a variety of my pages and in a group. So I want to make sure, number one, that I see your comments. So do me a favor and make sure that you are on the original broadcast page in order to comment. So the way to do that is, in case you're watching this from my business page or someplace else, is to click on the actual image of myself, click on my forehead, nose, whatever. Anyway, and that will take you to the original page, which is actually, I'm broadcasting this today from my personal timeline. So that way then, I would love to see your comments. If you have any comments or questions, let's make this a little interactive, shall we? Right? Yes, of course. So let's get to it. Again, I'm talking about embracing the power within, but how social listening is really a vital tool for you in order to get more clients. And actually, I'm gonna share a story today that one of my co-workers, well, we're what's the word to describe? Partner, I guess. Yes, we're partners in a Facebook group. And she had an amazing story today that is truly about listening and how it actually did get her a new client. She was at the T-Mobile store today, and she was chatting with someone else there and just being open and listening to their concerns and listening to what this person had to say and not trying to sell her anything. Because that's not what social listening is about. It's actually about listening. Hey, Dora, good to see you. I'm glad you're here. And so she was able to, she actively listened to this person and then engaged in a conversation with her. But again, wound up that this person is now going to be her client. All because she was willing to just be friendly, be open, opening not only her eyes and ears to this person, but really opening her heart as well. And all of that is so important when we want to be able to connect with people, whether it is in the social media space or out in the real world, out at a store, out in the parking lot, out in the shopping mall, wherever you are, in a restaurant. You never know who you're going to meet, and you never know who is going to turn out to be your best client. But let me explain a little bit more, though, about give you another story in a little bit more. But it's about really paying attention on social media in particular, especially because I know sometimes social media gets a bad rap because there's a lot to cut through the noise, and also sometimes there is a lot of negativity that gets shared, in particular on social media. But here's one tip that you can do is, let's say that you belong to a group a Facebook group, for instance, or it could be LinkedIn as well. But let's say you belong to a Facebook group that is, it's not necessarily one that you are running, but one that you are a member of. And you want to be able to hopefully get some of the other members, perhaps turn them into potential clients. Again, you're not going to go out and just start bragging on the group page about all the great products and services that you have, because number one, they may not be appropriate for the audience that is in there, for the other group members. But number two, people don't want to be sold to. Okay, you've got to be able to, it's about creating relationships first. And that's where it's important to be able to listen. So if you're a member of a group, this is where you take the time to, well, number one, engage other people, comment on other people's posts and all, provide value, but read, take the time, take a few minutes, whether you take a few minutes once a week or you take a few minutes once a day, but take the time to read through the posts, look at what other people are saying, and then see if you can see what their particular problems are, because that is going to be your clue to seeing whether or not you even have the right solution to their problem, whether you have the right product or the right service to offer them. So when you're spending time on, like I said, I'm saying social listening, but it's really social reading in a way, but it's taking the time to look and see what other people are saying. So we're listening with our eyes instead of listening with our ears. Or if someone is posting a video on Facebook, listen to that video and see what people are saying. This gives you an opportunity to really hear them and pay attention. And sometimes you have to read between the lines a little bit, but the people should be giving you an idea about what it is that they are needing, what kind of problems they have, what kind of solutions they're looking for. And then if you have that solution, if you have that problem, again, unless the person directly asks for, a specific solution, again, I wouldn't go out right away necessarily and offer that to them and say, hey, let's say somebody is complaining about they've got insomnia, and you sell an essential oil that helps with insomnia, for instance. Well, you're not going to just say, hey, you know what? You should buy this great essential oil from me because it's going to cure your insomnia, just like that. Do you think that's really going to be effective if you do that? Maybe if the person's desperate enough, but probably I would hazard a guess to say that they're going to be turned off. Now, you could say instead, hey, you know what? I've heard that XYZ essential oil is really good for insomnia. Have you ever tried that? Now, see, you're not selling it. You're just providing information. You're providing value. And now the person will say, either they have heard of it or they haven't. And ideally, they're going to say, gosh, I've never heard of that before. Do you know where I can buy that? And then you could say, well, just so happens that I am a doTERRA representative. For instance, I know that doTERRA sells essential oils. Or if you don't even do that, you could say, well, yeah, I know you can go to your local neighborhood health food store. They probably have it there. Or I do happen to sell essential oils. Oh, wow, it just reminded me of, I don't know if any of you are fans of Miracle on 34th Street, but there was the scene. I was watching this Thanksgiving, I guess it was a couple of days after Thanksgiving. Wasn't able to see it then, but I was watching it. And for those of you who may have never seen the movie, let's just say that Macy's hires someone to play Santa, and this gentleman really believes he is Santa, and I'm not going to doubt him either, because anyway, I don't want to spoil the movie for you, but anyway, so he believes he's Santa. So he's hired as Macy's Santa, and so he's in the store, and he gets people, coming, parents are bringing their kids to sit on his lap and tell Santa what they want for Christmas. Well, on one particular instance, when there is, the boy says he wants this, some sort of toy. I don't remember what the name of the toy was, but the mother's like, don't say that you can get it for him because Macy's doesn't have it. And he's like, oh, he tells the little boy, oh, you know what? I am definitely going to bring that to you on Christmas. You are going to get it. Absolutely. Well, the mother's like, why did you say that? Macy's doesn't have it. I can't find it anywhere. And he says, oh, don't worry about it. Go to, this other store. They've got plenty of them. You can buy it there. And she's so shocked that a Macy's Santa would send somebody to another store. But you know what happened is that she went and she bragged about that Santa, the Macy's, department store head. And he said, you know what, from now on, I am going to be a Macy's customer. You have won me over. I'm never going to shop anywhere else. Well, except until she gets her Christmas present for her son. But that's the point, is that when you are just giving of your heart and you're just helping people, and even if it is sending them to your competitors, it doesn't matter, because if you treat someone with the love and respect and care that they deserve, then they are going to appreciate you, and they are going to want to either do business with you directly, or they're going to refer you to somebody else. So that's one of the key reasons why social listening is so important, because it gives you cues on what to say and how to make an offer, not a direct offer necessarily, but how to be able to respond to people and how to be able to help them out. The other example about this I wanted to share, well, I was going to share another where social listening is helpful, is again in helping you to be able to learn what your clients really need, and sort of the hazards, I guess, of if you don't listen to them, what can happen. I had a client who was a landscape lighting producer, and his website, on the homepage, it was all about how great he was and how he didn't overcharge, or why people should buy from him versus any other landscape products maker, which is all well and good. And it is some information that he could certainly have on the website, but it might be better served to have on his about page. The problem is that he wasn't really, when he wrote that content, he wasn't really thinking about what it was that his clients were really looking for when it came to buying landscape lighting, why someone would want to install it. He hadn't really heard them. I mean, even the customers he had, he probably never talked to them enough about why they wanted it. And so I was able to actually go in and help him, and I rewrote the content for his website and emphasized the benefits that landscape lighting provided, because that's what people wanted to hear. They wanted to hear that you had the solution, that he had the solution to their problem, which was, landscape lighting made my yard beautiful. It helps to protect or gives a little measure of security because you've got a lot of lights, and might help to scare away some burglars. So that's what people want to hear. So it's important for you to be able to listen. And one of the ways to do this, in addition to social media, certainly, is talk to your customers and find out what they need, especially because let's say you've already offered them a particular product or service. Well, if you find out what other issues or problems they're having, that might be an opening for you then to offer something else, an additional product or service for them. But you're never going to know what to offer until you talk to your clients and find out what it is they need. So call them on the phone from time to time, or send out a survey. SurveyMonkey is a great tool, online resource for you to be able to use for that. But it's important for you to be able to keep asking questions, keep your ears and eyes open, and look at what it is that your prospects want, that your clients want. What are their true problems that they have that you can go ahead and serve? How can you help them and provide that solution so that they will want to buy from you, and then they're going to want to tell their friends, and they're going to want to buy from you over and over again. But the only way to do that is by listening to them. I just want to check my notes and see if I had any other point I wanted to make about that. But yeah, I guess that's sort of the main gist of this today. So I hope that you're going to take this to heart and really use this. Use the tools that we have. You know, we live in a great age right now where there's lots of technology out there to help you out. You know, from email marketing, again, you can, or using surveys like SurveyMonkey, or just using the old phone. You know, remember when phones weren't just for taking pictures or doing Facebook Lives, but you could actually talk to someone on a phone? Radical concept, right? Those of you who are my age and older, you know, no, it used to be just, we would just talk to people on the phone. So call them up, find out what your clients, find out, you know, the other thing too is find out, do surveys after you've sold to someone. In fact, that just reminds me, I need to send a survey out to a client that I just finished working with. Oops, I got to practice what I preach here, but send a survey out to them and find out how you did, you know, what you did right and where you could have improved, because again, that's going to help you in crafting new offerings. It's going to help you to improve and tailor what you already do offer, because you're not going to know how things are being received unless you ask. So send surveys to your clients and definitely ask prospects. So take advantage of you know, you can also do polls. Actually, I'm just thinking now, besides SurveyMonkey, but you can do polls on Facebook as well, and Twitter too, for that matter. If you're active on Twitter, you can do surveys and polls there, and find out, you know, what people want, and you know where are their issues that they're having in your particular industry. You know, so. Don't just make it a carte blanche, you know, whatever people's problems are, but hone it in to your specific expertise and find out what it is that they need, because that's going to be the way for you to be able to help them out. Okay, so now I just want to let you know also something is that if you want to be able to get some more help from me in being able to connect better with your clients and to really get to the heart of the matter in how you are showing up authentically in your life and business, I would encourage you to check out my upcoming workshop that I'm having in January. It's January 24th and 25th, 26th in Orlando, Florida. And it's called Love Your Life. And it is all about how to create more success, more joy, more happiness, more abundance in your life and in your business. And we're going to be covering a lot of the things that I've been sharing with you over the last week in these live streams. But we're going to be going in greater detail, because one of the ways that I have discovered, and well, I've learned is that, and I know it's probably true for many of you, is that it's great to be able to hear things or maybe to read a book on how to do something, but it doesn't really stick necessarily until you can put it into practice. And so that's what this workshop is all going to be about, is not only teaching you some different strategies and techniques and sharing things from my business and my life and how I've been able to become more connected with myself spiritually, and how that has helped me then connect better to my clients and my prospects, but also then to do some exercises to actually put things into practice, because that's when things really stick. That's when you can go out into the world and take what you've learned and really put it into practice, because you've been able to, that experience is what sort of rewires the neurons in our brain when you start actually doing things and talking about it or sharing it with someone else and sharing your experiences. I really love doing that. So that's what I'm excited about doing. So you can find out all the information about the workshop at gloriarand.com/love. I would love to have you join me there. And that's going to probably do it for now because it's getting close to dinner time. At least when I'm recording this, whenever you see it now, whenever you watch it, it might be at a different time, but I'm going to go have my dinner right now. So I appreciate you watching. And I will tell you one thing. I'm going to be doing one more of these. I've got one more in the series, and that's going to be on Friday. And I will have more information coming. I will be posting on Facebook about that soon, but watch for that. I can't believe we're halfway through the week already. Man, oh man, time is flying. So thank you again for joining me, and I look forward to connecting with you online here on Facebook. And if you have any other comments or concerns, please post them in the comments and any questions, I would love to answer them. You can do it later. You don't have to do it right now, but if something comes to you and you want to comment about it, please share that with me and I'll be happy to respond to you. And yeah, I think that's going to do it. So until next time, I am Gloria Grace Rand, wishing all of you peace, love, and prosperity. So take care.